Welcome, everyone. My name's Lynn Schusler Williams. I'm a speaker, coach, and author out of Louisville, Kentucky. And it is my great pleasure to be your host tonight for our Success Partners International Wednesday training call. We start all of our team calls and Zooms with our Success Partners signature message, which is a great statement that each and every person on this line can say. I am part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission to protect and empower 2 million families and small businesses with Legal Shield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we are looking for help. And with that, I have the great pleasure to go out to someone who is a leader among leaders, an absolute fantastic coach and mentor to all of us. He's a $150,000 ring earner out of Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Timmer Halligan, the call is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn. Truly appreciate you checking folks in. We had folks from coast to coast, and we had folks from Canada, and welcome everybody. And, Miss Lynn Schusler Williams, who checked us in, truly is an amazing woman. I had the opportunity to meet her when she started, probably 5-6 years ago. Time flies when you're having fun. And she was actually giving a seminar to a group of our top executives. We were gathering together in Louisville, as she's the author of a book called 9 Little Words to Change Your Results. I highly recommend that you guys get that book. And since that time, she's become such a tremendous friend, such a tremendous leader and asset to our organization. So I appreciate you, Lynn, and I appreciate each and every person on tonight's call. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, whether you're calling in, whether you're here via Zoom. This is Timmer Halligan. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm super excited to be able to talk with you guys tonight. I'm in my 15th year now with Legal Shield, and I'm more excited than I've ever been before. We just had a Super Saturday event here in Chicago with our CEO, Mr. Jeff Bell, and let me tell you, he really laid down some things that, when you really think about where we are right now as a company, and this is for the brand new associates as well as for the existing associates, you couldn't be in a better place at a better time with a better product and service, because what we do really, really does matter in the lives of our members. We've got 4.6 million clients that we serve today, and we're going to continue to increase that number. And as a team, as an organization, we're looking to get to 2 million. And we've got our sights set on that. We've been doing that for the last several years because, as I said, we know what we do matters. And so welcome to our Wednesday night team training call. As I said, my name is Timmer Halligan, and I'm my 15th year now with Legal Shield. My background is I played professional tennis, got into the world of coaching and consulting, and was blessed the day that I was introduced to our incredible company because of the services that we provide. So our training call is in 2 parts tonight, and it is every single Wednesday. And the first part of tonight's training call is for the brand new associate, but not equally, if not more important, it's for all associates, because once you understand how to get your business started, you're just repeating that cycle over and over and over again. And so let's talk about what you do when you get started. First of all, congratulations. If you're a brand new associate, you made an incredible decision to partner up with our organization. You are part of an organization called Shield Nation. Our upline platinum executive directors, the ones at the very top of our organization, John and Darcy Hoffman, tremendous, tremendous leaders in our company, tremendous leaders in our industry. As an organization, we've all written combined over 1.5 million memberships in the last 20 years. So you're with a team that's been around for a long, long time, a team that's got proven systems in place to help you succeed. And so let's talk about what we do when we first get started. So when you first get started, you want to go to our team's website. So you're going to go to begintheascent.com. So you're going to go to begintheascent.com. And you're going to go over to our Getting Started section right here. But I'm going to get there in just a second because I want to show you a couple things. When you first start with Legal Shield, you can get inundated and sort of lost with where do I go to get to a certain place. And so what we've done here on this site is make it really, really easy to be able to know where everything is. Everything that you need to know right now is right here in front of you. For example, when you want to log into your back office with Legal Shield, you simply click this button, you go ahead and enter your login and password, and you're in your back office. That's the same for LS Engage. And what you'll probably find here sometime in the near future is that we'll be slowly phasing out this one and going into this LS Engage. Legal Shield Engage is what it stands for. There's also an app for that, which you can download, but that just takes your Legal Shield password and you can get in there and look at what's going on in your back office. And you know, right here you've got the calendar. The calendar is here because it shows you all of the events that we've got going on all across the United States. And we'll talk more about those in a second. Right here is our team Facebook page. This is where we keep everybody up to date in more real live time. Why? Because people are on social media, so it's easy for us to be able to put things on there. We've got a lot of trainings and such that go there, so make sure you join. And right here is our Shield Nation website, where you definitely want to go after we get you Fast Start qualified, which is going to be your first promotion that you have, because we've got some incredible training that's on that website as well, done by our top platinum executive directors. But for right now, guys, what we want to do is we want to stick to the basics. We want to stick to what's easy. And so you're going to go to this Getting Started page, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to click on that. Notice this says we've got 49 days left to our Summer Blast. That is our annual team event where our team will get together. This year we'll be in French Lick, Indiana, at the French Lick Resort. It's going to be unbelievable. So 49 days till that, and I'll show you where you can find out information about that. But again, right now, we want to get you to this spot on our Getting Started page. We're welcoming you to the team, and you're going to click this button right here, this screen, and we're going to show you how to Fast Start qualify. Fast Start qualifying is us helping you go from the associate position, which is where you are when you first start, to the senior associate position, which is our first promotion. And you can do that one of two ways. By going out and writing $60 worth of membership premium. What does that mean? Well, for example, I've got the $49.90 family plan. I have the legal plan, which protects my family. I have the ID Shield that protects my family. So that's $49.90. Well, that's $49.90 worth of premium. And so if you marketed one family plan, you've got 49. Well, you need 60. Well, maybe you've got a friend that wants just the family legal plan. You know, maybe they don't want the ID Shield. Not sure why they wouldn't, but maybe they don't. Well, there's another 25. So right now you're at 75. You're over what you need from a premium perspective. And then what you just need to do is add one associate. So if one of those two people decided to become an associate, well, guess what? You have Fast Start qualified. And then the second way is to market $180 worth of premium. So $180 worth of premium, and that could be any combination of memberships. Whatever that first month that they pay is, that's their premium. That's what you get as far as in premium dollars. And so that's the way it works. It's really that simple. So let's talk about the steps. So you click on this button right here, and it's going to open up this next page, which is going to look just like this. And so once that opens up, you're going to go here to number 1, and you're going to click on this button, and it's going to open up for you. And once that screen opens up for you, it's going to tell you again what it is that you need to do to level up. It's going to tell you that, right, $60 worth of premium, one new associate, or $180. It's also going to share with you that once you get that done, in the first 20 days, you're going to get a $100 bonus. A $100 bonus to go ahead and get that accomplished. Then what they're going to do is pay you another $100 to go to a what we call a Fast Start training class, where they're going to show you at this class what it is that you need to do, to be able to then go to that next promotion that we've got, that next place you want to go, which is going to be a manager position. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to keep it simple for right now. This right here is going to be where you can download the two apps, the Legal Shield Engage and your Prospect by Legal Shield, which is a super important tool, because that's going to give you the ability to be able to go out and share this information. And then we've got a great checklist that's put together for you right here that tells you exactly what you need to do. So number 1, you go here, you click this off because you've gotten started. you've enrolled as a member already and an ID Shield associate, a member, as well as an associate. So you check that box off. Then step 2, it says to go ahead and get connected and use your membership so that you can start to enroll members. So this thing right here where it says login name and wearelegalshield.com or login name.ladiesofjustice, you use your username that you selected when you first became an associate. For myself, mine is T. Halligan. So I would just go to thalligan.wearelegalshield.com and that goes to my website. And, if you wanted to send them information, if you're a lady and you're part of our Ladies of Justice and want to send it, and I encourage you to do that because there's all kinds of different incentives and secret things, just put your login .ladiesofjustice.com. Download the apps. Make sure you've got your Legal Shield app, your ID Shield app, your Prospect by Legal Shield, and join our Facebook groups. You want to make sure you do that. Use the member perks. Member perks are incredible. I'm going to Denver, Colorado tomorrow to do a Super Saturday. I'll be there for a couple of days. I used my member perks to take care of a few things I needed out there, and I saved about $175 on those things. I mean, it's just a smart way to shop. And member perks is a series of discounts we get at hundreds and hundreds of retailers across the country, and so you want to take advantage of those. Then it says make your list. Your list is really the foundation for your business. I mean, it really sets the tone for how you're going to launch. And so what I encourage you to do is sit down and put together a list of about 30 individuals. And then what you'll do is go through that list with your sponsor. I like to go through it and ask questions like, how do you know them? And what kind of job do they have? And what state do they live in? Are they married? Do they have any children? Why do I want to ask all of these questions? Because it makes it easier for us to be able to do the next thing, which is invite people to look at some information. So what we'll do is gather those people together, and we'll like to bring them together as much as we can. For example, you may send them a Prospect by Legal Shield video and or a membership video, and you'll find those right in your Prospect by Legal Shield. Work with your sponsor to make sure you get that set up. That is important. We may send them over to a Zoom presentation. We do presentations just like I'm talking to you right now. We do presentations just like this, but the screen will have Legal Shield information on it, and we'll walk them through a presentation, and then they can go ahead and join on your website. We like to do sit-downs with people. Sit down with them, and maybe you bring your sponsor with you, or put together what's called a private business reception. That's where you bring people together. Maybe it's at your house. Maybe it's at your place of work. Shoot, I've done them at parks. I've done them in all kinds of different places. Wherever you can gather people together and talk a little bit about what it is that we do. You can go ahead then and bring them to a live presentation. For example, I'll be out in Colorado tomorrow. So if you were to go look at that calendar I showed you at the very, very beginning, what you would see is click on Colorado. You'll see I'm doing a briefing there tomorrow night, a luncheon on Friday, a social event on Friday evening, and then a Super Saturday on Saturday. So all the locations and times are there. So you can invite your guests, invite your friends, invite people that you know that maybe live in different states to go out and learn more about what it is that we do. And then you're going to bring all that together where it says, step 6, we did just talk about live events, and here's the web address for the calendar, but you can also get it right on the front page of our team website here. The last step here says, this step here says use third party. What does that mean? That means you just get somebody on the phone that's been around Legal Shield longer than you have that can share some information with the person that you just gave some information to. Whether you're a brand new associate and you just fast start qualified, you can share that. Listen, we got lots of folks that have got incredible credibility coming into Legal Shield, and excellent careers outside of Legal Shield, and come into Legal Shield and achieve some success. Even if it's at the very beginning, you can use them on calls. You can utilize your sponsor on these calls, but to get somebody on the phone. And so to recap a little bit about the process of fast start qualifying, your first step is this. Go out and write $60 worth of premium and add one associate. Do that in the first 20 days, and you're going to pick it a $100 bonus, and then you're going to then get another $100 bonus for going to that fast start training class. Then after you get out of that fast start training class, we've got within our first 45 days to help you get to manager. Now, once you get to senior associate, you're going to get a pay raise to $120 for every membership. Then we're pushing to get to that manager position, and we're going to do that by getting to a total of 400 premium dollars. Really not that much when you think about it, 8 to 10 memberships, and you're going to get another pay raise and another $200 bonus. Now, you can do that with yourself, or you can do that with your team, whatever works best for you. And then you're going to turn around and do the exact same thing, helping your associates, when they come on board, repeat this entire process. So guys, I appreciate you all being with us on this first part. Let me see if our guest speaker was able to get on yet. He was just coming off of another call. All right. Well, I know he'll be on here with just a second, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep on until Mr. Corey Muhammad comes and joins us. He was finishing up another call right now with another team. And so I'm going to show you guys real quick as we get back here, because we did talk about the Summer Blast event. And so I do want to show folks where you can get the information for our Summer Blast. So you go right here to where it says Things to Know. And then what you're going to do is click on where it says 2019 Summer Blast. Here's actually a picture of the resort that we're going to be at. For information about the tickets, you'll go ahead and click this link right here. For information about the great hotel that we're going to be staying at, is going to be right there. We've got a breakout talking about our schedule. Here's another view of the hotel, guys. It truly, truly is going to be an incredible, incredible event. And while we're just talking about what you can find on the calendar, I want to go ahead and show folks what it looks like when you go to this calendar. So for example, as I was saying, I'll be in Colorado tomorrow. And so if you knew somebody that lived in Denver, Colorado, you come on down here and you grab this picture of me. I'm not sure where they got that. Actually, an associate of mine took that picture about 8 or 9 years ago, and they still use it. So I guess if I still look young, they can keep doing that. So let's say, for example, it says business briefing. Right here, it's going to tell you where everything is as far as this particular event. So this particular event, it's got the information right here of where it's going to be at. And you can go ahead and copy that event if you want to send it over to somebody. But that's the power of the events. You know, for example, I know Mr. John Drennan's going to be in Longview, Texas this coming weekend. And for the folks that are down there, I know you've got some rough weather, so hopefully the folks are safe down there. But I know that, you know, we've got Mr. John Drennan who's going to be in, you know, Longview, Texas here just the day after tomorrow on Saturday. So you definitely are there on Saturday, so you want to be there. And so you want to take a look at where these various events are. It tells you all the different things that are going on in each of the marketplaces, because one of the most important things in this business is making sure that you're there to always show up. And showing up is all about getting to the events when they're in your local marketplace. Showing up is being on our team training call like we're on right now. We've got another call just like this on Sunday evenings. That's called our just our team call. We share stories. We bring people in from you know, that are part of our team that will share membership stories. You know, membership stories. When you've got membership stories that are part of your repertoire and part of your routine of what you say to people, let me tell you, this business grows. And so we've got our Sunday night team call that we've got each and every Sunday night. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. 8 p.m. Central Time. Now that one's done via the phone. So that one's one we actually dial into. I'm sure at some point we will convert over to the Zoom format. And one of the things that you want to know is when we're talking about you know, our team trainings, for example, if you wanted to go back and take a look at some of the trainings that we're doing, when you go over here to our YouTube channel, I see our guest is here, so I'll be going over to him in just 1 second. So let's say you want to take a look at some of the trainings that we've done in the past, you know, come over to here. This is a video I just did last week on the small business plan. Great tool to send out to folks. And, you know, these are a variety of different trainings that we've done. An incredible training right here with Miss Lynn Schuster Williams, who hosted us tonight on how to really build for these for the Ladies of Justice events. And so definitely get over to our YouTube channel. But I'm going to get out of the way because we've got our guest speaker that's here, and I'm excited to be able to turn the call over to this gentleman. Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen right now. All right, well, listen, let's go ahead and open up for our guest speaker that we've got tonight. This gentleman's got over 20 years in this business, and what's so awesome about our company is the relationships that you built. I can remember meeting him many, many years ago when I was doing a Super Saturday in North Carolina, and then I went back with our very own Curlin's Cassius, and we did a Super Saturday together in North Carolina in late 2018. But you know, this gentleman's got an incredible story, which I know he'll share. You know, 20 years in this company, started as a single dad in this company. You don't hear that one, you know, a whole lot. Within a couple years, he got his first six-figure ring with us. He's a Millionaire Club member, six-figure ring earner. I'm going to go out to my good friend, Mr. Corey Muhammad. Corey, can you hear us?
Absolutely, I can hear you. Thank you for having me on, Timmer. I mean, Mr. Halligan, appreciate that. Thank you for inviting me on. And I want to apologize. I got a little delayed. Literally just was finishing hosting the call that we have, and our guest speaker went just a little bit longer, and so it took me a little minute to get on. But I'm so glad to be here. And everyone, I want to kind of share my story with you. And prior to sharing my story, let me just tell you how I had a chance to meet Timmer. Timmer mentioned coming to North Carolina, and the way that happened the first time he came, well, some of you may know Bill Geither, who was recently recognized as a Millionaire Club member. He's a six-figure ring earner, and I remember he came to me because, you know, we've worked together for many years here in the North Carolina market. He said, hey, look, I've got someone. We were both regional managers, by the way. He had a part of North Carolina. I had a different part of North Carolina. And he said, I got a gentleman I think that'll benefit the market big time if we bring him in. And be quite honest, I didn't really know, Timmer that well. Didn't know him that well at the time. He said, hey, trust me, man, you'll enjoy it. And all I can tell you is that we absolutely, definitely enjoyed the Super Saturday, enjoyed the training. You know, not everyone, some folks are good at expressing personal development, you know, and that's good because we need that. But we also need the mechanics. Some people are good at expressing the mechanics of doing this business. Both of them are needed. But you don't always necessarily have people that are really good at expressing the mechanics and good at personal development and have the people skills and all of that. And so, as you all already probably know, you've got that in Timmer Halligan, and I appreciate you trusting me to come on and share some information with your organization, the leaders and the superstars. I see Curlin's on here, and other superstars that you have within the organization. I see Patrice Samuel Robinson there, and the incredible work that he does with graphics and all of that, and just so many other different folks and so many different names. But let me just share my background, my bio. Yes, when I took a look at this, I was a single dad. When I got started in this industry, I was working for, which used to be Bell South, it's now AT&T, and I worked in the call center. So when I say I worked as a phone company, it wasn't like a prestigious job. No, it wasn't that. It was the call center. And if anyone ever worked in a call center before, and you plug into the system, and you got all these calls coming in, and sometimes supervisors will want to make sure that they want to do quality control, so they'll sometimes sit right beside you and just plug right into and watch, and that's kind of nervous. That can make one nervous right there. But pretty much that was my background. And even though I was working hard, I found myself living check to check. And it just so happens I really didn't find what is now called Legal Shield. It kind of found me. I was a part of a company that what is now called Legal Shield bought out. And, and in that company, I didn't really do that great. I was only in it for about a year or so. But I embraced what was taught with your Legal Shield. And I found myself the first 6 months, part-time in my spare time, about 7 to 10 hours a week, following a simple system that was taught back then. And by the way, it's still pretty much taught today. I found myself earning more 7 to 10 hours a week with Legal Shield than I was earning 40 hours a week working hard for Bell South. So I decided to take it a little more serious, went full-time. Not saying you have to do that. So many successful part-time stories. And by the way, success can be defined. Whatever is your idea of success. Some people, hey, I need an extra $5 a month to put in my budget. We help you do that, then that's a success for you. Others may say, hey, look, that sounds good. I need 1,000. Some may say I need a career change. I want to change my career. Some may say a 6-figure income. Different levels of success are going to be different depending on, that person and what their level of success is. Not everyone wants to be full-time. There's probably a good chance there's some educators or others on this call that may love what you're doing, but maybe not love the paycheck that comes along with what you're doing. So I was one of those folks, I didn't like what I was doing really. So I was looking for something different. And within the first 2 years and right around 3 months or so, I was blessed to develop a six-figure income in the world of Legal Shield. And that just seems like it was only a few years ago, but actually I'm celebrating my 21st year in Legal Shield. I've been full-time 20, right at about 20 of those years. And I don't say this to impress, because there's others on this phone, on this Zoom, and others in our company that's done way better than I have, but I've done okay. Now I'm of course remarried, and my wife, we both work from here. We, both are involved in doing Legal Shield, and it's just the lifestyle is so unique, so different, the time freedom, and I'm still in the grind. I mean, I am qualified to go to the Cabo San Lucas trip, so I'm in the grind. But at the same time, the lifestyle that's provided here. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure what it's like to go to work anymore. I don't, to have to get up and get in traffic. And again, I only share that as a testament of what can happen when we allow ourselves to decide that we're going to be successful, and allow ourselves to embrace the system, and allow ourselves to let the system help us have success. As a matter of fact, as I think about this, and I looked at it, I think the first of this month was on a Wednesday, and the second was on a Thursday, and the third was on a Friday. And I was just so thankful and so grateful, because by those first 3 days, when those first 3 days that went by, and I looked at what I earned those first 3 days, I used to have to work over 2 weeks, getting up, getting in the car and all of that, over 2 weeks to get what I'd earned in those, closer to 3 weeks actually, in those 3 days. And I'm only at one membership so far this month. I'll have more, but right now I'm currently at one so far this month. So Legal Shield's comp plan, we all know it, it works. Legal Shield's leverage in the comp plan called overrides, it works. Legal Shield bonuses that they're allowing us to have, I've been around for a while, I've never seen any that's like this, that are the right kind of bonuses that focus on the right kind of activities. They work. The residual income I've been blessed to earn out, and the residual incomes are real. It works. It absolutely works. And so I only share that because different folks are at different points in your business. And I can share with you that the only reason why all of that works is because we have an incredible product, an incredible service. We wouldn't have a compensation plan if it wasn't for the fact that we're disrupting the legal system. If it wasn't for the fact that we've got the best when it comes to identity theft protection that's out there, that we've got millennial movements, that we've got the Ladies of Justice movement. And man, that's an exciting movement. I get on some of those Zooms, and now I'm a 100% guy, I'm not offending anybody. I'm a 100% man, 100% guy, but I'm like, man, the Ladies of Justice thing is cool. So I mean, I can just tell you that we've got all these different movements. Here in North Carolina, we're excited. It's not in my personal organization, but I'm excited because we made history in North Carolina. Illinois may be different, but we had our very first Super Sabado, a Spanish Super Saturday, Legal Shield en Espanol. And I'm proud of one of the regional managers here that's got a couple he's working with. And they came on board March 13th, when he the executive director in their first 45 days or so with the Legal Shield en Espanol movement. So we're making history here. We're excited. We're making history as a company, making history as an individual. But let me get to what I'm going to share tonight. And Tim, if I'm going long, just let me know something. I'll just do a brief training, and maybe I'm gonna see if I can just share the screen for this. I'm only going to hit a key parts of this because I want to be able to get some content that can perhaps help us. I was going to just do something straight personal development. I think I'll just kind of do it this way. And this is from a Monday Night Momentum, and I didn't have a chance to change the slide. So hopefully everyone can see that. And if you can see that, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. Not that it's not important. It is important, but I'll just kind of hit it quickly. And here's what I know. A lot of you guys, you got the mechanics down. How do I know you have the mechanics down? Because I know Timmer, I know Mr. John Drennan, and you guys have an incredible call. Hopefully everyone on this call is on the morning stretch call. How do I know the name of it? Because guess what? I found out about the call, and there's been plenty of times now plug into it and then stop duplicating the same thing in my organization. So 3 rules of network marketing. Exposure is everything. Of course, we know that exposure is everything. Ask ourselves where we are right now. What does our numbers look like? Do they look like they want them to look like? So we call it the Performance Club, but another name for the Performance Club is, would be, well, not necessarily another name, but we don't get an exposure in the Performance Club without, consistent exposure, whether it's Performance Club or Performance Club Pro. But exposure is everything. The fortune is definitely in the immediate follow-up. And this is not something we don't know, but sometimes we got to be reminded. Because a lot of times, said another way, the fortune is in the immediate follow-up. Said another way would be, without follow-up, there's no fortune. Because the fact of the matter is people got to hear things a few times over and over and over again. And then on top of that, we work with the willing. Now, here's where I want to differ just a little bit. Because the majority of the time when we hear this right here, we think exposure to everything deals with our prospects. So I got to expose more prospects, which we do. Got to, however which way you prospect, whatever way this team teaches is whatever way this team teaches. But exposure is everything. Yes. So we automatically, boom, that deals with prospects. Fortune is an immediate follow-up. We automatically say, bam, that deals with prospects. Work with the willing. A lot of times our mind will roll right to that deals with prospects. I just want to give it a different shift. See, exposure is everything is for when we are working to get them in. But guess what? Once they come in, it's the same thing. So exposure is everything. Said another way, the 3 legs of success. First one being showing up. Why do we need to show up? Because showing up, if we're associates, it exposes us. Because once we get started, we get excited. We make a list. We get that list. We go out and we expose some folks. Maybe we do it right. Maybe we do it wrong. Maybe we get some no's. Maybe we get some yeses. But when we get no's and get what we consider is rejection, a lot of times that can cause a person to maybe not quit, but just to be frozen and not do anything and just kind of not expose anyone and not say anything to anyone. And this is why exposure is everything for associates as well. So yes, there's these 3 rules for prospecting, but then these 3 rules also apply once someone inks up, apps up, invest the $99, exposure everything to the business briefing. See, exposure everything to this Zoom that we're on right now. I just finished hosting a Zoom myself. And here's what I know. What I know on the Zoom that we had a certain amount of people that's on the Zoom. You have a certain amount of people on the Zoom tonight, but we know there's a lot more people. Sometimes we have thousands of people in our organization, and Timber can bear me witness on this, and any other leader in the company can bear me witness, but there's only sometimes a group, a smaller group that actually take what they have and be serious about it and go for it. So I want to commend all the folks that made this a part of your schedule, made this a part of your business to get better by plugging into your training Zoom to help you grow in your business. Because guess what? Exposure is everything. So the business briefing, we hear good business briefing, hear good testimonials, exposure everything. Now we're excited again. Super Saturdays, exposure is everything. Just left Dallas, exposure is everything. Hey, the big event coming up in Salt Lake City, exposure is everything. You guys just had Jeff Dale out there, I think, in the Illinois market. Exposure is everything. Fortune is an immediate follow-up. The biggest skill that we get paid for as we're building a team is promoting. So yes, we do all the contacting and inviting to get prospects into our business, but then once they become associates, Brian Carruthers, the #1 income earner, says that the #1 skill want to learn is the skill of promotion. And so there can't be any promotion without follow-up. So guess what? Fortune is an immediate follow-up. Hey, we got X amount of folks going to the Super Saturday on a team now. We're working on with guests. Hey, we got to follow with those folks to make sure that everything is everything. We expect what we expect. So work with the willing, and we're going to have associates that'll be in sometimes, and sometimes they won't. So that'll lead to the next thing that I'll share. And I'm going to do this quickly. A lot of times I do this training, and it's a longer training. But let's get some of the mental part of this. I don't need to talk about a lot of mechanics because this team, is well-trained on mechanics. You guys are doing some great things. But I do want to share these mental enemies. And these mental enemies, just remember something, everyone. If we get a vaccination or an inoculation, and in today's times, I'm not sure about the vaccinations, but that's for another argument here, there. But if a person gets a vaccination, what happens is they put some of the disease in you so that when it comes up again, your body can recognize it, or put some of the germ in you so that your body can recognize it. So sometimes, guess what? In this business, we have folks that are not aware of these mental enemies. And so the mental enemies, because 80% of this business is mental. The other part is the actual activity part, but it's hard to go do the activities if we don't have the right attitude, if we don't have the right philosophy, if we don't have the right beliefs, then it's hard to go out and do the deal. And so the 4 mental enemies, just want to share with, because once we embrace these mental enemies, we know about them, guess what? We can share them. Now they won't take us out of the game. Because I can guarantee these mental enemies take a lot of folks out of the game. The first one being rejection, worried about someone saying no, someone rejecting us. And guess what? No one really necessarily likes that feeling of rejection. But the fact of the matter is people are going to say no, but we've got to kind of rephrase that, reframe that. And a lot of folks say take that no and turn it on to own to the next person. And I remember when I first got started, a lot of rejection. People have said no. And some of those same people today, I see them and they say something like, hey, Corey, you still with, you still doing that prepaid legal thing? That's what they call it. A lot of them don't know the changes that's happened. And, I let them know, yeah, well, how you doing? And I'm doing pretty good. And here's the interesting thing. Most of them are still doing what they didn't like doing before. If I had let some of those know, if I had let someone's know, be able to keep me from doing my why, that would be sad. But see, the whole thing is rejection is not comfortable. It's outside of our comfort zone. It is fear-based. And sometimes when there's some fear there, which is the false evidence appearing real, fear can restrict. So I just want to share with all those on the line tonight. There's got some challenges when it comes to rejection. You know what? And I'm not going to have a Dr. Phil moment, but some of us, if we think about it, if we were to touch a stove, a child touches a stove and they get burnt, you don't have to tell a child to go to that stove anymore because they're going to remember the sensation of that burning. And so sometimes we get these no's and it may trigger up other things. Sometimes we have self-image issues or confidence issues, because I was taught a long time ago, life is a game of confidence, and network marketing definitely is a game of confidence. But if we have some challenges with that rejection, we got to learn how to reframe that, how to be able to reframe that and know that, when people are saying no, we get told no all the time, but we just got to be in such a way to where no don't just shut us down or shut a person down. So a person got to know that not everyone's going to say yes. It's a numbers game. So the whole thing is that first mental enemy is rejection. The second one is deception. And I want to let us know right now, there's people that's going to lie to us. How many of us had PBRs and people said they're going to show up and they didn't show up? I've seen people quit behind things like that. Heck, I've done PBRs before when the person who's having a doggone PBR didn't show up at their own PBR at their house, went to the house and they wasn't even there. But sometimes we can't handle that. You need to tell me, my friend, hey, you said they was going to come. You didn't even show. I've seen people get discouraged because of this mental enemy called deception. It happens. We're supposed to come to the business briefing. Person didn't show up. Super Saturday didn't show up. Sometimes that coupled with the rejection, and mad about the rejection, then before you know it, people give up. But we got to know right in. I want to make sure people understand. Folks going to lie to you. They're going to tell you they're going to do something they're not going to do. But here's the question for everybody. How many of us ever told someone we're going to do something and we didn't do it? Just take legal shit out of it, just whatever. So deception is a mental enemy. But if I can let a person know right up front, because they're excited, they think everybody's going to start because they started. No, but we need to know about this mental enemy and just real quick, give you the inoculation. Now we can laugh about the no-shows. We can laugh about who had the worst no-show. We can laugh about it, and now it's no longer going to stop us. Apathy is a third mental enemy, and apathy, is that sometimes we got folks we're trying to drag, to success, or we're trying to drag, hey, I know so-and-so, they can really use this business. And so if we're looking at our list right now, or if we're looking at the last person we recruited, or maybe we didn't recruit them all the way, we kind of helped them get in, hint, some of you know what I'm saying? Sometimes folks get a little desperate and try to pay for people's ways in and all of that to try to make the business fit them. But guess what? Some people are just apathetic. And that is that they just pretty much may not have any dreams right now. That means they're going to stay apathetic, but one thing for certain, we can't drag anyone to the finish line. And so one of the mental enemies is I want people to know, see, not everyone is a dreamer. Not everyone is looking to do something. Everybody say they want to earn more. Everyone say they won't change. But that's not necessarily true when it's time to do the activities to bring about the change. So the apathy is sometimes, what we want to be aware of so that it doesn't take us out. Because remember, if we're trying to if we're around someone that's pulling on us, trying to pull us down, and we're trying to pull someone up, someone is going to, eventually lose in that situation. And if we're around a lot of apathetic people, this is why our environment and our associations are so important, so that we're around the doers and around the right kind of energy. Because again, 80% of this business is mental. Every one of these mental enemies, when we are aware of them beforehand, we'll be surprised how much they can help us. And then attrition, the last one I'll share, attrition is that, people will quit. People will quit. Guess what? Yep, people will quit. People will get started and they'll quit. I've seen people quit because someone on the team quit. And I've seen people leave because of someone else quit. But the fact of the matter is, this is life. So it's not legal shield related. I'm not saying we don't know this, but if you say, well, man, I recruited the last couple got recruited, no one of them hardly did anything. Some of them won't return my phone call. Some of them, you know what? If we did what we were supposed to do, it's not always. Sometimes it's just the person had interesting things going on in life. People quit gyms. I got to share this story real quick. And so I belong to one. I actually belong to two gyms. I need to kind of get in there a little bit more. But when I first joined this one gym, Planet Fitness, as a matter of fact. I have two that I'm a part of, but this one, they gave me a little keychain, and on the keychain, I think my number was 1,084, because it was a fairly new Planet Fitness. Now, my brother, about 2 years later, a year and a half later, joined the same Planet Fitness, and his keychain number was like 16,000 and something. So mine is 1,000 and something. His was like 16,000 and something. Now, I didn't go to the gym. I don't go every day, but I go. Matter of fact, I don't go as much as I should, but I do go. I ain't never seen 15,000 people in there. I've never seen 100 people in there. And so the fact of the matter is, people quit all kind of things. They quit the gym, people quit marriages, people quit diets, people quit, school, quit all kind of stuff, and people will quit this too, because that's what people do. People quit. So I just wanted to share this to give us these mental enemies. So when we're talking about getting Performance Club, guess what? It's going to be some rejection there. It's going to be some deception there. We may even, if we're building a team, we're working on other goals, we may have some apathetic people here and there. We may even have some folks that have quit. Remember, these first two deal with prospects joining a business, and the last two deal with prospects after they join a business. We call them associates. So these first two is when we're trying to work on our list and get people in. We have rejection there. We have deception there. These first two deal with people joining the business. The last two is after we get them in, they invest at $8.99. Guess what? Some are going to be apathetic. Some are going to, quit and things of that sort. But this is why Performance Club, this Legal Shield's longest ongoing incentive. And guess what? The people that get in Performance Club and stay consistently in Performance Club, are the ones that's building a successful business. The people that are working on up-ranking and advancing are building a successful business. Those that are plugging into things like this, even if you don't have the results that you want yet, but you're doing the activities, the results will come with the right activities and the right mindset and the right personal development that helps us attract success. All of that happens. And so hopefully I didn't go too long there. I want to go ahead and just go back to you, Timmer. If you like to, if you need anything else, I'm here. Or if that was it, go back to you, sir.
Well, absolutely. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate it. I know your time is quite valuable. You got folks all across the country that are asking for your time, and so I appreciate you giving it to us tonight. And just one real quick final question. We're your 21st year in our company. We're getting ready to head to Salt Lake City. I think all of us, I was blown away with what came out of Dallas. I was expecting some things, but I wasn't expecting what they've done. And, the new commission plan and the pay structure. And so as a 20-year veteran heading into Salt Lake City, how you feeling right now about this company? We got a lot of new folks on here. So maybe you could share a minute just giving your 20-year view of where we are today.
Anytime we do anything for 20 years, let's just be honest, it'll be hard to be excited about normally under normal circumstances. Anytime you've been doing something for 20 years, it will probably be a little bit challenging to be excited about it, with the exception, in my opinion, of where we are right now in Legal Shield. Mr. Frank Coyne, which is part of my support team, he taught me something a while ago called how to zoom out and then zoom back in. In other words, zoom out to the future and kind of zoom back in. And so here's how I feel. First of all, everyone, let's just think for a moment, because yes, we do have probably got some new associates on, probably some existing associates, but let's just think about something. If the company is putting all this bonus money on the table, and they are, if the company has these incentives that they put on the table, and they have, if a company came along and made us now a market evaluation of over $1 billion, and that's happening, what is it that they know that perhaps we might not have the vision to know yet? And the fact of the matter is, we used to have a slide in the business briefing that talked about our timing, where we are. And this was a slide that said that what is now called Legal Shield, it says, it reminds us of healthcare before it became a $1 trillion industry. Entrepreneurs identify a problem, and then they come up with the solution. And so all of us that's on the call, we are part of a team of growing entrepreneurs. That may sound familiar to someone right now. And so that may sound familiar. And so with that being said, my excitement level is, number one, honestly, I've seen some bonuses in the past. I've seen some big bonuses in the past, but they didn't always drive the right activity. Now everything is in place. The leadership team is in place. The compensation is in place. The premium model that we're using is in place, which really lays the foundation down for perhaps some even more interesting things in the future. The UK expansion is in place. Legal Shield and Espanol is in place. The other provinces in Canada in place. I mean, excitement is hard to even say. There was a song that said, "The future's so bright, gotta wear shades." That's true. But here's the thing, is with all that being true, there'll be people that'll still miss it. So I just want to share. I see you with those shades on there, Timmer. I just want to share.
Oh, man. Well, listen, Corey, I appreciate it, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Cabo San Lucas. That's going to be a fantastic trip. Team, I just appreciate you guys being on tonight. I'll have this uploaded to our YouTube channel before I get on a plane for Denver, Colorado. Once again, Corey Muhammad, Millionaire Club member, six-figure income earner. Thank you so incredibly much. Everybody have a fantastic evening, and bye-bye for now.